Christmas teaches us this really profound, beautiful nugget of truth that just because something looks messy doesn't mean God isn't working. Sometimes the mess is the very place God begins the miracle. Matthew chapter 1, verses 18 through 25, which we just read, is beautiful not because the circumstances are perfect, but because God is perfect and he works in imperfect circumstances. Come on. Okay, I could almost do a dance right there. I would really embarrass my wife. Here's what I'd like to do next few minutes. Let's walk through this passage and let's see the beautiful messages, and there's multiple. There's 6 of them here I'd like to unpack to you. Here's the first one, that the beauty in the mess. I've alluded to this already. The beauty in the mess. I mean, with natural eyes, it's not real pretty. I mean, it's just not. Matthew begins by saying this: now the birth or the genesis of Jesus Christ took place in this way. The origins of Jesus took place this way. When his mother, Mary, had been betrothed to Joseph, before they came together, she was what? Found to be with child. Found. Found is this. And I don't know, generally that's not usually, when you got a child, you usually want to announce, you want it to be exciting, but she's found to be with a child. See, Mary is pregnant before her marriage is complete. This is not a Hallmark Christmas moment for her. This is scandal. In their culture, betrothal, the engagement was as binding as marriage itself. And this is a betrayal of their commitment, of her commitment to Joseph. It's devastating at this stage of their relationship. And I want you just for a moment, imagine being Mary trying to explain this to your parents. What 14-year-old or 13-year-old is going to be able to somehow justify this in the eyes of her parents? Or imagine Joseph trying to sleep at night with a broken heart because the woman he loved has betrayed him. Imagine the whispers in a small town of Nazareth. How many of you have grown up in a small town? Oh man, you know the rumors can be brutal. From the outside, everything looks wrong. It's a mess. But Matthew wants us to know the beauty of God often begins in places that look broken. And for some of us, the most beautiful seasons of growth in your life, trust me, my friends, they don't start with music and lights. They start with pain, confusion, and disappointment. And so Christmas teaches us this really profound, beautiful nugget of truth that just because something looks messy doesn't mean God isn't working. Sometimes the mess is the very place God begins the miracle. How cool is that? There's no place too dark that God's hope can't reach. Which kind of sets us up for the second beauty of this story. I hope you see it. It's the beauty of God's hidden work. The beauty of God's hidden work. Matthew adds a crucial phrase in this narrative. He says this: she was found to be with a child, get this, through the Holy Spirit. Now, no one could see that part. All everyone sees right now is this unwanted child, this illegitimate child, this betrayal. To everyone else, this looked like utter disaster and failure. But God, come on, church, but God was doing something miraculous, something that no human eye could even detect. And isn't it crazy how we so want to trust these eyes? We so want to believe what we see is all that's really happening. See, this is the one beautiful truth of Christmas. God often does the greatest work long before anyone else can see it. He's working right now. Before the shepherds hear the angels, Before the wise men see the star, before Joseph understands what's happening, the Holy Spirit is already at work. And some of you, man, you're miserable or you're angry or you're even cynical towards the pastor right now. And what you don't see is the Holy Spirit working behind the scenes, still trying to draw you to himself, still trying to bring resolution to your situation, and most of all, wanting to bring comfort and strength to your heart. The Holy Spirit's moving. He's working. And some of you are in this season right now where you can't see what God is doing. Life feels unclear or misunderstood. You feel alone. Maybe you actually feel invisible. But Matthew reminds us, God conceives his miracle in hidden places. That God plants hope in unseen soil. That God begins the redemption long before you recognize his hand on your life. So hear me. Tell you why this is beautiful. This is why, man, we need to be so excited about trying to invite people to join us in church, because this message of Christmas, man, here's what we get to declare to a world. When it looks confusing to you, you may actually be the very beginning of God's breakthrough in your life. It's the beauty amidst the scandal. That God works many times hidden from our eyes, and yet in for our good.